Hey you guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the weeks of August 1st through the 15th, 2019. I cannot believe we're going into August. So I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I ask that you all please continue to do so. Remember, these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully they do give you clarity. If you want to reach me by phone on bill per call, it's best to wait for me to post up a notification. You won't see that notification though if you're not subscribed. So make sure you see me posted that I'm currently taking calls. I can't promise that, sometimes I get like ramsacked with callers, so I'm not going to be able to get through to everyone all at once. But if you can choose to decide to just wait until I'm online at another time, if that happens. Also, if you want to book your personal or private reading through like a video or email, which is probably better, you can, I take payments for that on Fridays. Just email me for the information. All right, central issue, heart of the matter, we have 10 of Pentacles, Chariot, the World, 4 of Wands, the Tower, Page of Swords, King of Swords, and 7 of Cups. Okay, so something's going on. First off, I do want to mention something in regards to your finances. I feel like you are establishing some sort of solid foundation in regards to your finances. And if you have been worried about your finances, I feel like everything will be okay. So I just wanted to put that out there first. Now, I also feel that you guys should be having some sort of sense of security before the month is out, before the month of July is out too. You guys should be having some sort of sense of security because I feel like there maybe is some sort of changes happening. I'm getting strong changes to the home. Visitation, like either you are getting ready to relocate or someone is getting ready to move in with you. Maybe it's supposed to be just a visitation, but it looks like it could become something permanent. If you are completely single and that part doesn't apply to you, you haven't really been interacting with anyone, then this may have something to do with a roommate or just your home situation in general, making some sort of major changes, maybe following some sort of family tradition. Maybe you're honoring your ancestors some type of way to bring some sort of changes or luck into your home. I almost feel like after some sort of ritual is performed, you see some sort of immediate shift or change. And it's just like, wow, that was like almost immediate. That was like magic. It's like I just see you doing something, you were celebrating, you were just celebrating, and then out of nowhere, here comes a response. Maybe you were praying for stability, a response, or something you were praying for, and it just happens. It gets revealed to you. Maybe you receive an email, a message of something. So I'm getting a couple of messages. Let me kind of tap into another scenario that I'm seeing that may or may not be the greatest. Now, I'm seeing someone maybe establishing their status on the internet, making something official. And maybe you, especially if this was more so like a crush or something like that, it's like, what? They're in a relationship now, and maybe you become very jealous or frustrated, and it's, maybe you were dealing with someone and you had a clue that maybe they were involved with someone else, and then it gets confirmed. And you're like, did this person put me in a third party situation? Or maybe you already were in a third party situation, but all of a sudden they're posting pictures of them and their significant other on the internet, and it leaves you feeling confused, or like, what does this mean? Where does this put me? Or why are they bragging about them now when they hadn't even been posting pictures of them and now they are? So I'm getting like a couple of different scenarios there. I'm also getting a situation where it's like you just settled in somewhere, you just got comfortable, you just established something, you just celebrated, a time in your life. Maybe it's a birthday, maybe it is celebration of you. I don't know, there's just something going on where I feel like you just got comfortable, and then bam, whatever you just got comfortable with gets disrupted. It's like, what just happened here? So it's like you're having to dismantle something that you had just started or just established. Something gets destroyed because of someone's jealousy, or someone says something very destructive words. Now I might have to clarify, you guys. I almost feel like too, this is a situation where you just settled in with someone moved into your home. Maybe you thought you knew this person, but the minute they get into your house, you realize that this person is very, very jealous. Or there's something about them and the way they communicate is just very eye-opening. You're like, I didn't know you were like this. I didn't know this bothered you, or I didn't know. It's like your whole perception of who this person was on the outside gets changed because now you're knowing them like on a one-on-one personal level, and maybe it's just completely different, and you are kind of like, well, I need to look at this from a different perspective. Like, I wasn't expecting this. There is some sort of confusion. That's another thing. Okay, I just saw the minute you get serious with somebody, the minute you settle down, someone wants to come in and disrupt that. It's like the person you wanted long time ago and could never have, all of a sudden they're busting in. I want to be with you. I loved you. How could you do this to me? What are you doing in a relationship? Maybe you're the one that posted something on the internet, and talking about your relationship status. And this person just comes and wants to disrupt it. And you're like, where's this coming from? Where is this coming from? And now you're all confused because it's almost like you've made up your mind. You want to be with the person that you're with, but it does something to you and makes you all confused. And emotionally, it's just like, okay, this is an illusion. This isn't real. They had a chance to be with me. It's almost like you really have to realize that it's not real. It's probably a test. Don't get caught up into running off with someone. And it makes me think of whoever you had that strong connection with. The only person that I would think would do something like that to the majority of you viewers are that person that you consider to be your twin flame. You know how you chased and ran after your twin flame. They were always running. The minute you move on from them and settle down with someone else, they just appear out of nowhere talking about they want to be with you. They want to marry you. I was supposed to marry you. You supposed to have my baby. You were blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, are you kidding me? I feel like that's an illusion. Don't listen to your gut. You might have already established something very good here, and don't let that illusion mess it up here. Yeah, see how someone else is trying to come in a picture. Someone's trying to disturb your peace, your happiness. This is you two. You found happiness. You're like, finally, I found someone I can settle down with. I found someone that I can have something stable with. This is stable energy. And then here comes this person just like waltzing through and trying to cause some sort of disruption or disorder in your life. So now also I almost feel like that could go, if it's not happening to you, it's happening to your partner. So if you and your partner just all of a sudden make it official that you're off the market, you're not just dating, you're engaged, or it's official that you're in a relationship, or you're pregnant, you moved in together. It could be that their significant other, someone who they had been chasing, all of a sudden wants to come back into the picture. It's an illusion. Also, something else I was finna say here. Oh yeah, so I feel like someone needs to set boundaries. You need to let someone know, because you might be a natural flirt and people misread that. So there's a need for you to say, look, I was only kidding, or I'm not, because someone might be like, I couldn't tell you were serious. I couldn't tell you were in a relationship. It's like, look, I'm dead ass serious. I'm not interested. I was only kidding. I was just being nice. I was just being friendly. You might have to set somebody in their place from reading you the wrong way. It could be too that somebody who was in a relationship, all of a sudden they try to approach you and you're like, oh, no, you're in a relationship. I was only kidding. They're like, well, I'm here if you want it. It's just like, okay, I was only kidding. I wasn't serious. So I'm kind of getting like a weird scenario like that too. But let me look at the Tower for you guys. I feel like this is about someone who was in and out of your life, is coming through to, I feel like it's a test. It's a lesson. You need to protect your space. You need to be very guarded. You need to set boundaries. Don't let someone disrupt your happiness. If you already have something established. I also see someone who is mischievous and uses spell work to cause disruption. That's not going to be for everybody. I feel like, though, that if this is a union that's meant to be, all they're doing is causing disruption. They're not going to officially break up the relationship. I also feel like if a relationship is built on a weak foundation, it will be disrupted, because you need to make sure that it's being established in the right way, that it's going in the right direction. So if it's not, the universe will intervene and straighten things out for you. Make sure you're paying attention to some sort of red flags. If you keep ignoring some sort of red flags, you might get a big smack in the head all of a sudden. And it's just like, oh, now I get it. Some of you are going to feel threatened, like someone's trying to break up your happy home. Boy, it could be any signs. I am getting fire. I'm getting Cancer. Could be dealing with another air sign. I almost feel like there's a fire sign that may come and try to disrupt what you have established. And this fire sign may be someone who has been in and out of your life. I feel like you guys were taken apart for a reason, but all of a sudden they're trying to come back into the picture. They miss the fact that you have not been paying attention to them or chasing them or obsessing over them, maybe like you had in the past. And so that's really the only reason why they're coming back, is for the attention. I really feel like it's an illusion. Let me look at the following week here. Yeah, some of you need to learn how to say no from when it's not coming from the right person. And I feel like you are, going to be, you might be in a position where you feel conflicted because there may be a couple of offers coming in for you. If you have not fully been fully established a relationship, but you do have some options, I feel like you are needing to recognize who's real, because out of some of these options, some of them there is only one that is the one that you're going to settle down with. The rest are just lessons or illusions, and you really need to distinguish that. If you can't see it for yourself, that's when the Tower is going to make you see it. I'm seeing too a situation where someone is talking about they're ready for commitment or marriage here. There's going to be opportunities to start fresh, or you're going to have clarity about something that you didn't have clarity about before. I do feel like you may have to send somebody away, or you are letting go of someone who you realize was not good for you. It's like, you can never give me what I need. So I'm going back to the scenario, those of you that could be dealing with someone who was in a marriage or a commitment. Maybe they've been telling you that they're going to leave them, and they're not. You just find out that this person has been stringing you along. They've just been manipulating you to staying. You might see something that indicates that they're never leaving this person. You just realize it. You're like, they're never leaving this person. I've been looking at an illusion. I've been looking at this person through rose-tinted glasses. And so you finally decide that even though it makes you sad, you're walking away, or you're letting them go here. But I feel like you still get cold feet, or you go back and forth. You're like, but I'm so connected to them, but I love them, but they're so good to me. What should I do? Maybe I should just stick around. Maybe I shouldn't go. I feel like you really need to understand that, I don't know who this message is for. Somebody is only interested in sex. They give you sex and show you the good time, but they give security and longevity to somebody else. Even if they're not happy with this person, I feel like that they're staying with this person because they have security with them. They've already established a lot. But they want to keep you around, so they try to say certain things, and then it's so short-lived. It just burns out. The minute they're finished with you, they abandon you. They leave you feeling abandoned and looking for more, or unloved. So you need to stop that, because it's not healthy, and it makes you feel like shit, like you aren't good enough, and that's not true. You really need to set boundaries with that person and disconnect. You really need to understand yourself more, and what you need, and what you're willing to accept and what you're not. If you're in an open relationship and you're okay with it, then everybody has to have established, there needs to be some sort of rules established. It shouldn't be one way this way, one way the other way. If all three people aren't happy, or whatever type of union it is, because I'm not here to judge, you need to make sure that you are being treated fairly and that you are happy. If you're not, then you really need to disconnect and let that go. That's for those of you that might be in that type of situation. I'm not saying that this reading is all directed towards an open relationship or a polygamous relationship. But just some parts does feel like it is for those of you that are openly in that type of relationship. And then just to close out, like I said, those of you that have like some options, or the minute that you decide to settle down with somebody, I do feel like you're going to get tested with somebody from the past. And you need to know that that's just an illusion. Keep what you have. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I hope it helped. Many blessings to you.